one exhaust system in the booth, ready to get a coat of black paint again. I think it's about time I start considering buying shares in the spray can market, I reckon. I think that's about easy 30 cans of paint we've used so far on this build. Now, as an outsider, Ronnie, what do you reckon about the paint job on this thing?
Oh, I think it's great.
It's great. So we've got a few runs every time we put it on the hoist, they keep staring at us. What we worked out is the paint he left here, he should have actually put a bit further under the sill. I don't know how you get something that bad from someone that does actually own a paint shop. If he's watching this, which he will be. Oh, that's right, we've got a few runs here. Oh, look at the reflection though, actually. We do have a bit of a reflection. We've got the torque converter from SDE. It's a nice little unit. We've just measured the spigot on this, and it's 1.7000 to prove it. Sometimes you might get another thou hiding in there. Fuck, this is hard trying to hang on to it. It's usually around, oh yeah, at least 20. That's too much clearance. We're gonna have to remove this from the snout of the converter, which luckily is just on grub screws and should be able to be pulled off, and we'll make a new one up so it sits inside there. Basically size for size, it's probably gonna be a thou, maybe a thou and a half different. You can see how loose that is. Well, my good mate next door made me another one of these little spigots for the end of the converter snout. That was the original one. It was about 24 thou too small in the end once we got it off and could measure it properly. So now the coupling that goes on, it's basically size for size. Probably has half a thou in it, and everything is nice and true how it should be, so you get nothing moving around and vibrating, and then other things will break. So thanks to old Pete, he's good for things like that, does stuff straight away for me, and just a real cluey guy. You need guys like that on your side. It's the only way you get good outcomes a lot of the time. So what we're going to do is start building our own motor. Obviously we can't wait 6 months to get a block machined at the moment, so we're just going to build something basic motor, no sleeves, run factory pistons, and we'll try and push it to around the 600 horsepower maybe, just to get the car out there and working. From there, I think then we'll build another motor down the track. It's too much money at the moment to outlay for 2 fully built engines. So this one here will be good just to get it together, learn the motors a little bit, and see what we can do on a stock sleeved K24. So we've been cleaning it all up today. Donnie's done a bit of port work just quickly in the exhaust ports, nothing too serious, but he's tidied them up and made them a lot nicer. Yeah, as the parts arrive, I'll show you what we're going to put in it. There's plenty of guys that have done builds the same as this before. The key is to try and keep it simple. We're going to go stock valves. We're going to just replace basically springs and retainers, rods, head studs. All the main girdles all torqued down. You can see why they're a lot stronger than the old B series by having this whole main girdle cap. Makes, yeah, the strength in that is just enormous. My rod's arrived already. And we've got some big ends as well. So I only ordered them, far out, not even 24 hours ago, 20 hours ago. And they've come up from Melbourne, so that's good. I might get some rings, bang some rods on some stock pistons, and send it to the moon. Come on, Duke 2, you can do it. Checking the ring gaps we've got on a 200,000k engine. Number 1 ring, or the top ring on number 4 cylinder, we got 17 thou. So I'll do a bit of homework and figure out what we're going to open that up to. It's the old saying, I think a little bit more clearance is better than not enough, because it's a bad day if they do end up touching. So I'll go through each one and see where they're all at. Well, that's the first time I've ever seen stock pistons on aftermarket rods anyway. You don't usually do it like this, but we're going to. I want to know how far you can push these pistons now. So this bit goes on here, and it eliminates this big massive original water pump, sorry, that's on the side of the block that holds all the serpentine bout tensioner and everything. So because we're going electric water pump, no power steer and that on this. It saves a lot of space, a lot of weight. It's a real big bulky unit, so it should make it a bit easier to work on if we ever have to. Chances are we'll be having to. Right, I'm not going to bore you with the politics of it all again, but basically Rammies threatened me here, saying they don't own a shipping company, we don't run it or collect profit from them. We do a couple of million a year with PayPal. Who do you think they're going to side with? I have an email from me apparently asking to put the taxes down. That's a load of shit, and he's now proven that. He must have been thinking of someone else. I've never done that before in my life. So I think that's why he's freaking out, because he's put the price of the motor a lot lower than what it was through my PayPal invoices. So he's admitted to doing that, and now he's saying that basically PayPal is going to side with them. I won't deal with them again. Yeah, trying to get any info out of them or what we're going to do on a refund. So all we've done now is gone back through PayPal and told them what's going on, and they'll hopefully sort it out from here. It's always been hard to drain the compressor at work, so Friday morning I thought I'd plumb up a little pipe. Out the window we go. Nice clean water back in the environment, back into the little river down there. Man, that hasn't been drained for like 2 years, and it's quite a big compressor, so we'll see how long this drains for. We've been wiring this thing up a week. Nice car. The guy that owns it, he's done most of the work himself actually. So no, he's done a brilliant job of quite a few different aspects of it, which is, it's cool to see cars like this that are, you know, it's probably 6 years in the build, I think he was saying. So they put a lot of time and dedication into it, and that's what you get at the end. So well done to him.